Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Bruce Hill with New Skills, New You, where we drive revenue through personal and professional development. One of the age-old personal development questions is how do we use our time more effectively? And I really love a favorite quote. I need to look up who said it. He said, "You can't manage time, you can only manage yourself." So we're going to learn about the time management matrix today. I love this. Did not invent it, so don't go on talking about you stole this. I didn't invent it. I'm just sharing it with y'all. As usual, this will be less than 20 minutes because if you can't explain it in 20 minutes, you might not know it as well as you think. Let's start at the very beginning. Let's talk about your day. And I love this. RIP to Jamboard. I use Google Workspace for everything. Um, it's going away October 1st. So I was like, let me make something real quick while I still can. So we're going to use green for growth, green for learning. All right. So let's talk about time management. We have to start with our daily activities. Okay. So let's say first thing in the morning, what are we doing? Wake up. We're going to brush our teeth. All right. First things first, brush our teeth. And then after we brush our teeth, maybe we'll take a quick shower. Maybe shower at night, maybe shower in the morning. It's not the point. I'm just going to give some examples, for a typical day. Does anybody eat breakfast anymore? Let's say coffee. So we got to grab some coffee on the way to office. Let's say drive. Well, we'll say commute. All right. Let's say we got some meetings. Okay. And we do want to have lunch. Maybe we didn't have breakfast. We will have lunch. Let's check LinkedIn. We got to check LinkedIn. We got to check email. Maybe we'll grab something off of Amazon. Right. A little online shopping. Maybe we don't shop on Amazon. Maybe shop on Etsy. That's not the point. So we'll keep it vague. All right. What else do we do in a day? Think about it. Oh, I forgot to put clothes on. Let's get dressed. Dressed. Maybe you got kids, you got a family. So let's say take the kids. So you got to feed the kids, take them to school. Maybe you don't homeschool them, right? We take them to public school. Although, dang, I live in Georgia anyway. You can look it up. I'm gonna have to homeschool my kids. This keeps going on. Let's see. What else? What else? What else? What about a nap? What if we snuck in a nap? What else happens in a day? There's so many things we do in a day, and I think this is where we get busy and not productive. I want to help you increase your productivity by managing yourself better, how we pass through time better, not to get existential, right? Maybe read. What else? We're learning. Maybe you got class, right? Study. What if you call your mom? Peace and blessings. Your mom's still with us. Peace and blessings if she's not. What else do we do during? Oh, what about we play some video games? Get that fun, some recreational time. What else? Is that enough? Is that a pretty busy day? We gotta let's see here. Let's say dinner. Let's say planning. We gotta plan tomorrow, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Go find that video. 1, 2, 3, 4. Success begins the night before. All right, boom. So all right, we got all these things in our day. We got all these things to do in a day. How? Let me see something here. Can I? Oh, I can. How do I extend this frame? Here's what we're gonna do. Can I select all of these? I'm gonna put these all in the corner. There we go. Make sure I can get to them. I'm gonna put these over here for right now. How do we plan a day? How do we take all of these things that we have to do, that we want to do, that we like to do, that call for our attention? How do we be more productive and less busy? Okay, check this out. This is where the time management matrix comes in. So we're gonna get our pen here. It's also gonna be green. I'm gonna draw a straight line. I'm going across just like this, okay? Just as a time management matrix. Everything falls into one or two categories. Or sorry, it'll be four categories, one or two metrics. Is it urgent and is it important? So just a quick note. Let's go over here. Let's set some definitions. Urgent defined. Give me 2 seconds. I'm on another screen. Okay. So we're going to put this in here. What is urgent? All right. Requiring immediate attention or action. So what I want you to think of to make this easy, is it time sensitive? Is it time sensitive? Okay. So the next definition we want is going to be important. Okay. Now here's something very careful. Listen carefully. Important and priority are two different things. Okay. Importance and priority are two different things. So let's talk about important first. Right? So when we say important, what we mean is likely have a profound effect on success or survival. Okay. Now, priority is a little bit different. It's a subtle difference. I don't mean to be pedantic. It's one of my favorite words. But priority is just a little bit different because it's a condition of being regarded or treated as more important. All right. So let's use some examples to keep it real, to keep it relatable. If I play video games all day, right? It's Saturday, my weekend off. I play video games for 10 hours in a day. Can we all agree video games are not important? Unless I'm one of the few that gets paid to play video games, it's not important. But I've made it a priority. That's okay. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I just need to know the difference. All right. Now let's say eating well, exercising, and sleeping well is important. We can all agree that it is a profound effect on our success, well-being, right? However, let's be honest, we don't always make that a priority. We just don't. No judgment. Okay. So we got urgent, requiring immediate attention. We are got important, and we're going to focus on important and urgent. We're not going to focus on much priority, but I want to have those definitions. Okay, we're good? We're good. Let's keep going. So here's what we want to do. There's four categories. Up here, we have urgent. Let's do urgent. I can spell, but I can't type. Important. Okay. Down here, we have not urgent. And it's not important. All right, can y'all see that on the screen? Okay, beautiful. All right. We have urgent and important. We have not urgent, not important. All right. So now we're going to say, hey, this is not urgent, but it is important. Okay. And up here, we're going to have urgent, but not important. Let me emphasize that. Okay. Now, here's the trick. Here's this becomes useful to you in your decision making. We're going to go through our sticky notes. And we're going to decide, hey, is this urgent, important? Is it urgent but not important? Is it not urgent? And it is important. Is it not urgent and it's not important? Okay. If you're like me, that might bother me. All right, beautiful. So let's start with dinner. Dinner is important, but it's not urgent. It probably won't end the world if you have dinner at 7 versus 6. Okay, so we're going to put over here not urgent. It is important. Let's go back to our definition. It is important, right? Profound effect on our success, survival, and well-being, but doesn't require immediate attention. Now, I'm not saying wait 2 or 3 days to have dinner. Please take care of yourself, right? Physical, mental health. But it's not going to be urgent, right? Sometimes we've had pizza at 8 o'clock because that's how the day went. So let's keep going. Let's do video games. This should be easy, right? It's not urgent and not important. As much as we love playing video games, and this could fill in the blank for whatever recreational activity you like, right? Let's say HBO, right? You want to watch, is it The House of the Dragons? Don't sue me, HBO, right? Whatever that is for you. I'm not saying don't do these things. Let me be very clear. Don't say Bruce said I can't watch The House of the Dragons. Oops. I'm not saying that. What I am saying, we want to be careful that we're spending our time deliberately and with intentionality. All right, let's say online shopping. Now, I love this one because let me actually watch this. Watch this. Let me switch tabs. There we go. I'm going to type in Old Navy, and I guarantee you they have a sale right now. Look, there it is. Sale, 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 sale. Online ends September 12th. Okay, right now it's the 6th. Here's what's the point of this. Let's go back to our definition. Okay, let's go back over here. Yes, this is time sensitive. It is. Now, we all know maybe going to have another sale. But for the sake of this example, it is time sensitive. But you don't spend any money at Old Navy this time, everything's going to be okay. This is an example of urgent, not important. There's something else that goes in here that we get in trouble all the time. We'll find it. Okay. Let's go. Let's take the kids to school. All right. I'm actually going to put this over here, urgent, important. Why is that? It's urgent because it's time sensitive. Can't really take them to school later. I can't say, I'll just take them at noon. You really can't, they don't need to go to school today. Too much of that is going to impact their success and well-being, right? You gotta get a truancy, you may get in trouble, so that's important. Now, here's a little trick for urgency. Does it need to be done? Yes or no? Does it need to be done by you? Now, with your kids, I really would love if you're able to spend that time with your kids taking school. I know that's not everyone's story, but if it could be something like, let's use LinkedIn. Doesn't need to be done. Maybe you use it for your business. Maybe you use it for job hunting. Maybe use it for your job. Maybe sales outreach. So, but it needs to be done. But does it need to be done by you? So I'm actually going to put over here, not urgent, important. These things you can delegate. Someone else can cook dinner. Maybe you get DoorDash. Maybe hire a meal prep service, right? LinkedIn. Maybe we can automate. Maybe we can delegate. Okay. But I want you to ask yourself that question. Does it need to be done? Yes or no? And then does it need to be done by you? Hey, call mom. This depends on your priorities. I'm going to say, not urgent, important. Okay, stay with me. I love my mom. Here's the thing. Mom calls. We have a tendency to stop what we're doing and answer. That could be some people. It could be not others. Here's the point I'm making. This can be very quickly an interruption, because I hope you have a strong relationship with your mom. If you don't, I hope it gets there. This is an interruption because it's important, but I don't want to be callous here, but it can probably wait 30 minutes. If it can't wait 30 minutes, then she needs to call 911, and I hope she's okay. But, and this is a tough one. You're like, well, Bruce, what if it's an emergency? There's always an emergency. But if it's something that you can't personally handle at this second, we have to set boundaries for folks like, hey, this mom, I love you. This is study time, or this is family time, right? I'm spending time with the kids. I'm going to call you back in 30 minutes. I'm going to call you back in an hour. And we want to get in the habit. Now, I use mom because that might be a little bit more emotional, evoking for some people. But there's so many things that pull our attention. We have to understand that after, does this need to be done? Does this need to be done by me? Does this need to be done right now? 19 times out of 20, mom can wait 30 minutes. I know. I love my mom and she understands. So, hey, mom, I'm working on this. I'll call you right back. Um, if every time your mom calls you is an emergency, then we have a different challenge, right? There's some education that needs to happen. There's to be some systems put in place. And it's the same thing in life and business. If every single phone call is an emergency, we are missing some processes, some operating procedures, because now we are being reactive and not proactive. All right, let's keep going. Feed the kids. That might be urgent and important. If they're real hungry, right? They're like, oh, I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry. Maybe that's making a real urge, but they just ate an hour ago. Maybe it's not important. Okay. They can wait till dinner. They'll be all right. They had breakfast, they had lunch. I hope you're blessed. I have 3 meals, yesterday. You're gonna have 3 more today. Um, don't let them interrupt your schedule anymore. Now, the kids are kids. I get it. That's why I use them. They're not always going to be flexible, but I want you to be aware of what's happening. Like, hey, I know it seems urgent. Everything's urgent. Um, and it is important, but don't let those two throw you off your groove. Study. You'll see a lot of things are going to end up down here. Let me put that not urgent, important. Right? Remember, important. Profound effect on your success. Home studying is important. Now, let me say this. Let me put this up here. Let me say homework. That is urgent. That needs to be done by you. Don't get in trouble. Get caught using ChatGPT. It needs to be on the timeline. Okay. Reading. That's important. Working on your professional development. Now, if it's for school, it might go up here next to homework. Okay. Remember, this is for my life. You got to do what's best for your life. I just want you to do on purpose. Writing. It's important. I'm working on my next book. Actually, I'm gonna put that on urgent because I got a deadline. Get dressed. Get dressed. That's urgent and important. You can't leave the house and be like, oh, I'll get dressed when I get to work. No. Meetings. Okay. Let me stop here real quick. I mean, look, I'm gonna turn this one around so you pay attention to it. Meetings. They're time sensitive. Let's go back to our definition, right? Time sensitive. However, can I highlight these? Text color align. Oh, here we go. Let's get a little highlighter action going. However, the question is, do you need to be taking this meeting? Can we get an appointment setter? Can we get a VA? Can we automate some of the questions we're going to ask? Whatever we do, let's schedule. Please use Calendly. Shout out to Topin to schedule meetings. We don't want any more surprise meetings than we have to, because a lot of people put meetings on your calendar trying to tell you it's urgent when it's not urgent or important, right? It could wait. Okay, let's keep going. Planning for tomorrow. That is important. It's not urgent. It should just happen before you go to bed. The commute, that might be time sensitive. Unless you're fully remote, that's got a time limit. Lunch, same thing. It's important. Coffee. Hey, look, I'm gonna help you guys out. That's urgent and important. Now, you're not. It is time sensitive because you got to have your coffee in the morning. It might not have a profound effect on my survival, but it might have a profound effect on your survival if you talk to me before, right? Some of y'all, not me, before we had our coffee. Brush teeth. Yes, please brush your teeth. Now, listen, self-care is healthcare. Take care of yourself. Let's put that on urgent and important. Make sure you don't miss any meetings. Email. Oh, email. This is important because they're always urgent, right? They got to be answered right now. I read one book. He checks his email twice a day. And another gentleman checks his once a week. Now, you have to get to a higher level of automation and delegation. Don't let people pull you into this email distraction downward spiral. A lot of emails are not as important, as time sensitive as we think. And if every email you're getting is time sensitive, you may need to look for another role. Like somebody is not operating well if everything is an emergency. That means there's some planning that didn't happen. Shower. Again, that's important. Maybe it's not urgent, right? You take one when you get home, you take it before dinner, after dinner. You might put up here. Oops. You might put it urgent, important. You know, I got to take a shower. I just came from the gym. But I want you to notice something. I want you to look how much is in not urgent, important. Oh, I forgot a really important one. See, this is what I love to do is live, because usually people say social media, right? Unless you are a social media manager, social media is not urgent and not important. And what do I mean by that? Unless it's literally your job, it's not going to have a profound effect on your success, survival, or well-being. All right. Well, Bruce, I'm an entrepreneur. I get customers from social media. Okay. Then we'll put it over not urgent, important, but it's almost never urgent. So here's what we want to do. Let me give my little highlighter here. We want to stay away from these things as much as possible. These want to be very limited. These things we have to watch out. Don't distract us. Okay. They are urgent, but they can end up being distractions. All right. Then let's see here. These are things in this quadrant. I need some a little bit more emphasis. Yeah, there we go. Okay, this quadrant, bottom right, that it not urgent, important. This is where we want to automate and delegate as much as possible. So I'm going to call mom and I'm going to study. But do I need to do the LinkedIn? Do I need to do the emails? Do I need to do dinner? What can we automate or delegate here? This is where you're going to get your most time back, okay? Where you have time for the things that are actually important to you, right? Spending time with the kids. Now here, these are the things. Now, this is where you want to have the highest level of attention. And actually, I might even say, can I get rid of my commute? Right? Can I get a Lyft, public transit? Can I get remote a couple times a week? Right? These are the things that really, I'm gonna start listening green, right? That I want you to do. And only we don't want to delegate these things, but we do want to schedule these things. We want to be careful that we're being proactive and not reactive. All right. And so I take this same exercise and I do it for sales teams. What are we doing? And so instead of urgent important, it's urgent and revenue generating. And so I may do this again for sales teams because we spend too much time on things that are not urgent and not important. We get distracted by things that are urgent but not important instead of focusing on what's truly important. All right. I'm Bruce Hill with New Skills, New You, increasing revenue through personal and professional development. We make sales simple. We help you hear yes more often without sounding sales. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for the next video.